And that was a shoot. Yeah, that's full-blown shoot.
Since you want to shoot, cowboy!
And now, the Real Shoot Wrestling Podcast.
What's up? Tim Heel here with BJ and TJ for the 18th episode of this stupid podcast.
Stupid?
I can't believe it's made it 18 episodes. No.
A lot of time on your hands.
Yeah, I know. I love the fact that that it's made it to 18 episodes and people's been liking it and continuously enjoying it. Gabe is out. He is sick. And I don't know what to do whenever he gets sick. So
There's a first time for everything.
So sorry about not having last week's episode. There was just so much craziness in the world of pro wrestling that I figured get past a week and let's watch what happens on SmackDown and Raw, and then we will talk about it after we see the first episode of each after the draft, because between Lucha Underground and CWC and NXT and Draft and SmackDown and Raw and everything, it was just a whole bunch. So instead of trying to rush it and everything, we just, let's get through the week and we can talk about, let's take a week off because Gabe has been sick, and it also lets us see what they're doing with this draft instead of just going off of who they drafted. So first question, who do you think got the better draw in the draft?
I mean, obviously, I think Raw did. But, I mean, SmackDown has at least a solid amount of people, and with, rumored returns and stuff, they could put together a pretty good show.
And I also think that's why the roster is the way it is. It leaves it to where they can have those comebacks that people has wanted to see. It's just like the whole fact of putting John Cena on that show. Those are the same.
That's the smartest move they could have made.
Oh yeah,
that's guaranteed getting people to watch.
That's Cena and your big belt on that show.
Well, now you're getting ahead of yourself. That's not the big belt.
Oh, shenanigans! It's the big belt, because everybody else has just played it.
That's
the
world
Universal.
Title. Now we've got Universal.
It's champion of the fucking universe. Whole thing.
It's bigger than the world.
I think
the way it encompasses the world.
But wait a minute, is he saying others. Universe as in the actual universe, or is it just WWE Universe? I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Title, I'm the champion of the arena that we're in, that everybody paid money to come see.
Well,
because honestly, if you get pulled over by a cop, are you not going to try to explain how you're the champion of the universe and get away with it?
I would show it. Yeah. I would show him.
How are you going to give me a speeding ticket? I'm the champion of the universe.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I'm a champion.
I'm your champion.
I don't know. I was pretty thrown off by the name of the title.
I thought the name was horrible. I really did.
It could have
been worse.
I'm hoping we're not getting some kind of title that kind of looks stained in different colors, or something like that.
As long as it doesn't look like a toy, I will be fine with it.
If there's a star on this title, I'm over it.
Be a Crab Nebula on the damn thing. Look at that thing. It's the fucking Milky Way right on it.
Oh, man.
I saw people were talking about it, and as a joke, they photoshopped, how, galaxy things are now cool?
Yeah.
Galaxy leggings and galaxy things and that. Well, they made the world title and put a galaxy in behind the W.
Oh man!
Oh my god, it was so goofy looking.
Why don't you just make the belt look like the galaxy, the actual strap, and then put the plates on it?
In all honesty, as long as it looks like a wrestling belt, I'll be happy. Not the shit that they use now, not that WWE belt, because it don't look like a wrestling belt. Yes, it's better than a spinner belt, but it's a big black home plate, is what it looks like to me.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
It's not.
It's definitely better.
It's better than what it was, but it still sucks my ass.
But see, that's the thing, though. Why bitch about it when it's better than the shit that they had?
I'm not bitching. I'm just saying, as long as it looks like a wrestling belt, not a toy.
It's gonna come out looking like Jeff Hardy's title when he was in TNA.
Oh my god! If there was ever a title uglier than the Divas title,
It was that.
it was that one. And they made 2 of them! There was a purple strap one and a black strap one.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then they actually kept them. Like, instead of it being like, when Stone Cold had the Stone Cold
wait a
belt.
minute. Who carried that belt when it wasn't Jeff Hardy?
Anderson had it for a little bit.
Hope in Jesus.
Like, he had the Jeff Hardy belt. And I'm just like, really? You couldn't have just swapped it back to the old one? Like,
I would have immediately busted that.
I would have broke it. Like Perfect did on Saturday Night Live with a hammer during a promo and brought that title back. If anything, make a new one.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
When people go and make special titles for themselves,
I hate that. I hate it. It disrespects the title.
There's part of me that thinks it's cool, and there's part of me that I hate it. Like, I like the way they do the new title with the side plates. With their, like...
I don't mind that.
Customized to
I
them.
don't mind that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, on Big Gold, it had a nameplate on it. You know what I mean? So... that doesn't bother me at all. But
and plus, it makes it feel to me like the Lombardi Trophy or something like that. Cause not the Lombardi Trophy, but the trophy for hockey, because they
Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup. Because they put like
everybody's name on it.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me. Do they make a new one every year, or do they?
No. It's the same one.
Well, then what are they going to do when it gets too full?
When it gets too full, the rings go to the top. And they take the rings off the top, add them to the bottom, and then they take the rings and flatten it out and take to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto.
Oh. What do you know? But I've seen some pictures, and I've brought it up for a while now about them bringing in a new title, and it's gonna look like the old title from back in the day. The winged
yeah.
the
I
winged
saw
eagle.
a picture online
now,
of that, and if it looks like that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, a little crazy with the W's.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Well, you got to think 2 of those 4 side plates again are probably going to
be names.
Yeah, going to be like a name or a logo or something.
I guarantee this one and this one. The first 2 will.
I think I'd make those side ones a little bit bigger though. Like I make it look like the wing title on the front, but make the strap itself like bigger.
Put chains on it.
Chains.
Yeah.
Have you ever saw like the Triple Crown champions in Japan and stuff? They have little chains
between the plates.
Oh, that to me that looks
like that too.
To me, it looks really cool. I
I
understand if people don't like it because of the whole chain thing, but I think it would look cool. But it's WWE, so I don't figure that. I mean, in any way, shape, or form.
Because they don't do anything cool.
No way. Speaking of that, how about that Raw, man? How about the first Raw after the draft?
Shit.
I was lucky enough to be there.
It was great.
On the floor, going, holy shit, watching Charlotte do a moonsault from the top to the floor.
You're getting way ahead of me because that
over
match,
as fuck with me.
Like,
I don't even like Charlotte, and this has to wait till the end.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Just talk.
All right, good. I'll just fucking drop it. That's my match of the week. Right there.
Well, you should have said that.
I told you. You told me not to, and I'll tell you why.
I told you to talk about it, not say it was your match of the week.
I hate Charlotte. I don't like her at all. I haven't liked watching her work. But this match, I was entertained. That match, she worked really well. And yes, she did a fucking moonsault to the floor, and I shit a kid.
I've got an actual. My buddy has a really good video of it from our angle of her doing it, and it was killer. It was killer. So let's talk about it. Raw. First thing off the bat, boom. Announcer table was moved.
I actually like that, but it feels like a more old school thing to me. Like
I like it. It's 50-50 with me right now. Mm-hmm. JR made it very well known that he was not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Only because it puts them that much closer to the pyro?
Well, I mean, they got moved. Ironically, what I was telling you earlier about what I've been watching, during those episodes, they got moved from ringside right up to the stage back in 2002.
Yeah,
TNN. So he knows all about being up there next to the stage.
I mean, they
don't use pyros the same way that they used to either.
Shenanigans.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I was there. No warning at all. They filmed Superstars. The Dudley Boys shit went off, and I about shit a kitten. You want to talk about shitting a kitten? I had to use the bathroom. I didn't go to the bathroom yet because we were running late, and we just got there, and I just sat down and was like, whew, breather. Boo, 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 boo. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's just like, oh, here we go with Superstars.
Yeah.
and they used it, and it was loud. Amazing, reception for the, in Pittsburgh because
but I mean,
pretty close to Philly.
You've got a couple that still use it, but you don't have as many people that were using what they were then. Like you had Booker T who was coming out shooting fucking actual flame pyros right next to the stage, consistently going off.
Yeah, that was back in the day when it was just like all the time. Everybody
before
had
they started setting people on fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you have dumbasses like Jeff Hardy, which I've got the inside scoop on that Juggalo shit.
All right, well, we'll talk about that later. I didn't know you had that.
I'm breaking fucking kayfabe and telling you I got the inside scoop on it.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. Whoop whoop.
First of all, a little bit early, talking draft stuff where we already went to Raw. I think the biggest mistake of the entire draft was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and I am actually I don't normally get upset about it, but I was irate when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got drafted to the same fucking show. Because logically I was thinking, okay, so that whole fight forever thing, and they put on a fantastic match all the time, but if you want them to get over, you put Sami on one show and start pushing him. You get Kevin on the other one, you start pushing them. Then they meet in the Rumble. And it's those two is the first two or it's just some point into the Rumble. It's them the only two in the ring. It's more important. It's more special. Every time you do it, it's that way. Now, it's just if creative gets fucking bored on Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, what are we going to do? Oh, let's just put them together again because they can just fight forever.
But what if they're doing this? And I've talked about this. I don't know if I've talked about it on a podcast yet. I don't think I have. But, okay, they're on Raw together right now. And they're doing what they're doing. They're not going to be able to do it forever because nobody's going to enjoy it. I don't care what anybody says. If it's just these two going after no title, it's just they hate each other, people's going to lose interest.
Yeah.
No, but as soon as you throw a belt in the mix, they'll be interested about it again.
No. As soon as you turn a stipulation into the situation.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this is what I'm talking about. Loser leaves Raw. It's going to happen. Steen can't take him being on his show, getting his spotlight, so he needs to go somewhere else. I'm telling you, and so it's going to open up, the situation of trades and stuff like that. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with trades.
No,
I think trades are a fine thing that can be implemented into the situation. Sorry, I burped. That can be implemented into the situation, and you can get your Cesaros on SmackDown eventually, and make it a reason as to why it's happening, instead of everything being just, well, they're on this show because we picked them. There's got to be a point to where someone gets fed up and wants to go to Raw, and make it a point to where when that happens, it's a big enough deal to where it's like, oh shit, Luger is on Monday Night Raw tonight, or Roode is on Live Nitro, but he's also taped on Raw. Make it a big deal when somebody goes to another show.
Yeah.
And also, like I said, you got that. You've had the story with KO and Sami. It can go on for many, many years.
Yeah.
But it can't continuously go on for many, many years. So what do? Like you said, you put them on different shows. But in this type of situation, you can have a blow-off. And you get Sami lost, so Sami goes to SmackDown and Kevin stays on Raw. and then, like you said, they do meet at the Rumble, and then they have a Mania match or something like that. There could be a time when, Sami can have the IC and Kevin can have the US, and boom, they merge that belt together or something.
Yeah.
Just something. It's they're giving it to you because you're enjoying it now, but at the same time, everybody knows you're not going to enjoy it forever. So what we'll do is we'll have a loser leaves Raw, and then you won't have it. But then whenever it reoccurs again, you're going to be like, oh shit, I remember that. That was really good.
Yeah, well, they kind of did that back the last time with Edge and Matt Hardy. I just hope it doesn't follow the same suit in that they got Matt Hardy being someone of importance against Edge, and then when he goes to SmackDown, it's like, hey, we're gonna keep you down lower, like lower on the card than where you were. Really? I mean, yeah, it was already Edge was already pushing up.
Now
like,
wait a minute, was this before or after he started doing the cruiserweight stuff with version 1 and...
This is before that. Version 1 came after. Edge had won Money in the Bank, and so of course they were pushing Edge. And so it was a ladder match, and the winner basically got that and stayed on Raw, and the loser had to leave.
Yeah, I remember that. But what I'm saying is that led to Matt Hardy actually making people care about the cruiserweight title. He had that story. First of all, version 1, Matt and Broken Matt is my 2 favorite matches.
Oh no, I liked version.
And I honestly don't know who I like more in that situation.
I liked Mattitude and Matt Facts and stuff like that.
Oh my God,
I enjoyed it.
But what I'm saying is,
made
the shit when he was in the plastic outfit and Shannon had him running, and so he could make weight. Like he made that title. He made me care about watching that title, and the matches that he had with Ray were killer.
Yeah,
like Matt is definitely the better in-ring worker.
Yeah,
Jeff took the big bumps.
Yeah,
yep.
That's all it was.
But going back to the whole Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing, like I'd like to see a payoff type stipulation match. And then we burn it off for a little while, then it comes back together, and then it's all pumped.
Yeah.
And so there's that. So that you have Raw right off the bat. You find out about the women's title match, which was absolutely amazing. You see that the announcers table is in the back now. Did anyone else, because I really haven't got to watch it yet, I saw how they did SmackDown, but did anybody notice that the camera work was better? And do you notice that there's a new camera now?
Now,
I was in the arena, and they have this new camera that's just fucking flinging around.
Like, yeah.
For different angles.
I noticed more of the angles being different on SmackDown than I did Raw.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah... I mean, hopefully it gets better than what it was.
See, I honestly don't... I mean, it's weird to think, but, like, if you're going to brag about how well the new camera work's going to do, don't you think part of you is going to make the camera work you're doing now a little bit crappier? Doesn't that make sense?
I mean, you're playing to lose then.
Yeah.
Because you've only bragged, you've only talked about the better camera angles for the last month, and that's it. So so what? Every now and then you have some worse camera angles.
Well, like at Battleground, Seth Rollins' splash, like it just looked like he fell from the sky. Like we didn't even know he was going to the top.
Yeah.
Like it was just boom there.
Well, how about when Bayley hit?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody's cheering, freaking out. Bayley's already out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How did you not show Bayley coming out? They did the same thing with AJ Styles. Whenever he arrived. But, I think the camera angles were better. And as a whole, you got Finn pushed, which that makes the
everybody happy.
Pro wrestling fan happy. It obviously makes some people unhappy, but to people that enjoy pro wrestling need to understand that it's not going to be what they want anymore if it is I want big guys, I want big guys, I want big guys. It's not that way anymore because they are not delivering.
No.
They don't deliver anymore wrestling-wise. You know why? Because people only thought it was cool that they were gargantuan. But now, those people aren't watching.
Yeah.
So instead of screwing up and trying to get the people that's not going to watch, because there's going to be something else on a Monday night for those people, those casual fans, that they're going to end up watching something else. So make sure you got the ones that you got and keep them happy.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel with it. Because, I mean, what are you going to do if you keep pissing them? What are you going to do if you keep
should
pissing them
always
off?
be trying to build your marks, but you got to keep the ones you got happy. At the
Exactly.
same time.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the fucking ass, really, because you live by the sword, you die by the sword, because you're not going to please everybody. So you're piss off some of these marks, and they're going to leave, and then you're going to have to fucking replace them. I mean, it's a hard spot to be in. I get it. When I was fucking running, I was having the same problem.
I know.
I knew people wanted to see the blood and guts and shit, but I knew people wanted to bring their kids to not have their kids see that. You know what I mean? So what do?
Yeah. So you have 2 4-way matches that leads to a main event. You have an amazing first match.
Yeah, it was really good.
Then you have Nia Jax and come out in a squash match, which supposedly people are acting like squash matches are new.
Oh my god, I loved it.
I don't think squash matches are new.
No, they're not.
Does anybody not remember Ryback slamming 2 people
At once, yeah.
and one of them was Chase Owens?
That was what? That was 2012, 2013.
Yeah, it's not been that long ago.
yeah.
They still do that periodically from
They
time to
need
time.
to do it every show. Look, they really do. Who do you want to see? I mean, you want to pay to see fucking Braun Strowman fucking destroy, give me somebody, a baby, Dolph Ziggler. Right?
Yeah.
People will want to see that. Why? Because they think, oh, Dolph can take him. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But you don't give them that on TV. You have fucking Strowman fucking killing people.
His actual worker name is Pretty Boy.
Who?
The guy that got squashed.
Oh, you mean Chinless?
I recognize this guy.
You probably know him. He's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know this guy. Fucking everybody online's giving him shit.
Which why? I don't know. I just
Probably just
people
for not
are whining.
having a chin.
People are whining.
Like he's missing a chin.
No, dude, they're giving him shit for going up and doing the job.
Oh.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, like that's.
Well, look, there's 2 ways to looking at this. One, hey, I'm going to be on TV. Fuck yeah, I'm going to do that because I get to be on Raw, right? And I get to talk before I'm on Raw. He didn't do a very good job. He stuttered and he was fucking scared shitless. You
Yeah,
can tell.
because he had to go against Strowman.
Yeah, well, I mean, still, it's fucking work. Come on now. But he got to talk on TV too. So now he was on TV and talk.
Yep.
But what was he on TV doing, Tim? Getting his ass beat. So you gonna make that guy your fucking champion on when he has to come back down and work the fucking local indies in Pittsburgh?
Well, no offense, but
No, you're not. You're not gonna push that guy because everybody in the crowd that knows him has seen him on fucking Raw goes, yeah, I saw that guy on Raw. He got his fucking ass kicked.
Well, if you're a promotion in Pittsburgh and you make him your champion anyway, you're probably not going to be a promotion in Pittsburgh for very long because
No, the guy did really good. He threw real good punches. He took good bumps for him. I mean, he worked really good. So I'm not saying anything about that. What I'm saying is it fucking hurts your credibility on the indies doing shit like that. But would you do it?
yeah.
I mean, it's a payday. They feed you. You get to fucking get some probably cool selfies in the back. Fucking you get to be on Raw.
I don't know. I was a fan of Strowman though. Like it's a different look for him. And yeah, he's not getting to talk. Of course, they're just making him like this monster guy. But
That's
it's not.
what else
It's not
can
the
you do
same
with
Wyatt
it?
monster. I wonder if they'll explain the change, or if they just gonna let it. Oh, he's different now. The Wyatt family's done, or what?
Strowman did look like a monster because of the size that the guy was. So you're a fan of the squash match between Nia Jax and
Oh, yeah.
Strowman. I like squash matches for them because it makes them look big.
Yep,
you know,
makes them look strong and powerful. It's how you push somebody.
You get a quick, like, little 3-minute spot. You get to highlight someone else that's on your roster. You know, so that way later you can incorporate them in something and make them look like a bigger factor than just, I haven't seen this guy on TV in weeks. And,
now he looks like, here's a scary fucking monster just murdered somebody.
It's like, I mean, I know it's in no comparison as the way, like, the squash match is working, but, like, there for a while, anytime Zack Ryder would just be on Raw, I was like, yeah, Zack Ryder's on Raw because he wasn't there every week. And it's like, if they'd have just given him, like, a short little tag match with someone else and just won, and it didn't even lead to anything, at least...
And it keeps you fresh in your memory. And that's what I'm saying. That's why job matches are a fucking great thing. Because that way these guys don't have to fucking do the job. Zack Ryder, for example, doesn't have to come on Raw and do the fucking job. And you know he's going to jog. And then back down to NXT with Mojo he's going to go.
Well, not anymore.
Not now. They're both on SmackDown.
They're both
But
up.
then,
But then, at the time...
Yeah, anytime you saw Zack Ryder, you knew, he's going to put someone over.
Instead of doing that with him, let him have a fucking 5-minute match, job match. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be a squash match. You know, give the guy a little bit, but, you know, you get him. And you get him quick because you're fucking Zack Ryder and he's Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
So,
plus that gives fucking... local guys, they're in Denver and they get fucking local guys from Colorado a shot. Just like that guy got in Pittsburgh. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. It helps the business. It helps everybody.
Yeah. So, and you have the second 4-way match. Then you have the Strowman, and then you have the women's match. I'm going to be honest. Part of me was like, I know she's getting it.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't know if you noticed this or not, we've talked about it before, but if you were in a title match and you don't touch that belt
I noticed
before the match, you're getting that belt.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
Now there's a reason. If the whole point of the match is to see, in this case, the baby face hold that belt up at the end, right? You want the baby face over. The whole point of it is. So you want that moment to mean something. So wouldn't it lose something if you see the baby face pick the fucking belt up and go, before the fucking match? Or touch it at all? It does. It takes away from it. Indie fucking workers that might be listening to this, listen to that. That's fucking serious, real deal shit. If you're going over for that belt, don't fucking touch it.
Yeah.
And she did not touch it before the match. And my buddy that I went with, I said, she's winning it. And he was like, oh yeah? You think on Raw? And I was like, yep.
With it being spur of the moment like that, I didn't think with them debuting Finn and him winning and the way that this was
they're
different.
wanting to go in a new direction.
Yeah, when this was different, I was like, they're not going to book a title match and make her lose like that unless someone crazy's about to show up or something. But
see, that I felt the same way because there was part of me I felt depending on how the women's match went was going to be how was going to determine the finish for Finn and Roman, and I was completely wrong because Sasha won, boom, and Finn won. And I just, it's like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Like, I didn't figure that they would give you a Finn win and they would give you Sasha in the same night. But they did. And
why not? I just feel like they were pushing so big on that draft show that they were going to shock the world, and it was going to be a different direction completely, and a different show, and everything's going to be new and exciting. Wouldn't you do exactly what they did and push new people, go in a new fucking direction?
I do. That's what I'm saying I would do. But how many times has WWE done what?
Promised that and then did something else. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, let's think about these three situations here. The anonymous general manager, the last cruiserweight champion, and Vince McMahon's son was Hornswoggle. All right? So let's remember that whenever we
That's
come
why
to
he got the push. He was Vince's kid. Come
But,
on, all his kids get the push.
Yeah, I guess. But
Even Hornswoggle.
But yeah, so that was an unbelievable Raw, and it was really cool that I was there. I got to actually witness it. So,
Seth versus Finn, SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Yes.
how do you?
That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
yeah, it's gonna go well. It's Triple H's boys.
I mean,
It's been his golden child. Like Seth Rollins was his golden child, but Finn Balor was even before that. Like,
well, you got the golden boy of NXT, Finn, and you have the first NXT champion. So you have to say he was the first golden boy of NXT.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. So I mean, there's some people that are extremely, extremely pumped about this match.
yeah,
I'm the one in the weird different here. It's like I know it's going to be an awesome match, but it's like
Is it going to live up to the hype?
No, not that. It's just it's weird to say, but it's almost like I know this is going to be a good wrestling match, so I'm nearly not too hyped on it. I'm just ready to watch it kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm excited. Since we're getting ready, since we're talking about SummerSlam, and we can just move on over to SmackDown, I'm fucking pumped to see Dean versus Dolph.
Yeah.
For the title.
yeah.
I'm fucking pumped because of the shit that they have done with Dolph. A lot of people goes, well, he's lost all this time now. How can
Now
you
it's
think?
time to get ready to push him.
Exactly. Now it's time to push him. Whenever there's that doubt in your mind, like, oh, he's just going to go out there and lose.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when he wins? Holy shit.
That
you
makes
know?
it's compassionate for him because you're like, fuck, he's going to lose. And then he pulls one off. You're like, holy shit. And then you start getting behind him. Like, all right, you got one.
That's
see
exactly
if we can get another
exactly what SmackDown was. They had him be one of the first people to talk about, he just has not been hitting the mark where he needed to and that he was going to start. And I'm like, man, I hope that they do something with Dolph over here now that he's there. And then when he won, I was like, holy shit, Dolph's in the main event.
And that's another thing. It's like, we want Dolph, we want Dolph, we want Dolph, we want Dolph. Now we got Dolph. Whatever. It's just Dolph. I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
he has been working his ass off, and now it's there, and you're not going to still be behind him. I don't know. I don't get it sometimes.
I think a lot of those people who are like, oh, it's just Dolph, are because they're still thoroughly convinced, like, oh yeah, they gave us this, but it's not going to mean anything. I disagree. I think, early prediction here, I think Dolph wins. I think Dolph beats Dean and ends his reign, and they change up Dolph a little bit, whether he goes full on heel or whatever. But I think this improves Dolph, and I think that it gets people actually surprised that he wins and behind him, rather than him finally getting something and then them.
They need a real hard heel.
Yeah.
They have scary heel with Bray, and I've kind of thought about it, and to me, I don't care if he gets the title or not at this point because
he doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
But somebody also explained to me and said that he who holds the gold holds the power. I understand that. So if it comes to that situation, I'll be pumped. But if he doesn't, I'm okay with it. But I think Ziggler heel is killer.
I mean, it works.
And I think it would be even better if he does win the title and people don't care. So then he turns on him and go, all this time I was put in a crappy situation with these people, with the authority, and you guys cheered me on, but now when I'm champion, you don't think, that kind of thing.
I could see it when he was the annoying heel. It worked. When he had Vicky talking for him, and he was just the bad guy.
Vicky's always good. She just has to talk.
I even remember that it was
not even really say anything.
Triple threat for I think it was the IC title when the belt dropped and Dolph caught it on the ground. He wasn't even the two people competing, and they gave it back to him that he won it. I thought that was great. I was like, that's fucking fantastic. So that worked for him, but. Yeah, him just turning on people, I think that could do really well too. He at one point they let him come back with short hair, and it was like his original collar, and he was just aggressive as hell in the entire match, and worked it as a heel. And they were like, oh, and then like 2 weeks later, they decided, nah, we're gonna dye that blonde and go back the way that we were. Like, if they just let that even personality out with this character, it could work.
Yeah, I really like the idea of him going over Dean and taking the title, shocking people, and then either have Dean turn or Dolph turn and have a real strong heel, because you got your AJ Styles, which is heel, but there's never going to be a moment where there aren't people that don't like him. Like, people are going to like him, whether he's heel or not. You can't help it.
Fucking what he does.
Yeah. You have Bray. Scary as fuck. People still going to like him.
Yeah.
Dolph can really make you hate him. And I also think if Dean turns it on, can also really make you hate him. You know, he could easily be a Pillman real quick.
Yep.
And make you just hate him, like when you hated him with that shit with Gold Dust. He was doing the shit, doing that shit.
Oh man, he was so.
He was so like creepy that you just didn't even want to like him. You know?
No, dude, he was so. Pillman was so.
No, I mean, no, I get it. It was good, and he did what he was supposed to do.
Oh yeah.
But what I'm saying, it was just like it was easy to hate him.
Oh yeah, he was dirty.
So my only hope is that the finish that we get is with a super kick. Like, the reason that I hope that is because we got that over AJ. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's done it for a while, and I talked to you about this on the Facebook page. Like, yeah, he's done it, and we know that that's one of his moves, but he's never won one with it. And everybody's already done that whole comparison of he could work like Shawn Michaels and all this kind of stuff. Give him the move. Make his super kick be more powerful than anyone else's. Because
that super kick super.
Because that.
So he'll have super kick.
Yeah, because that zigzag, it's not a strong finisher, anyways. It's
and
you're just pulling him down.
And it's literally about a 180 turn. From the swing blade.
Yeah,
you know that Finn uses.
Yeah. So
which is also funny. Do you notice that Jericho stopped using his coat because Finn came in and has a coat gimmick? And what's funny is they also had the light-up coat gimmicks at the same time and didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
They had that conversation on Talk is Jericho. They both had light-up coats and they didn't even know about it at the time. So, my question now, all right, everybody knows they were more pumped about Raw than SmackDown this week. But I was very happy with both.
Yeah.
So I did not have a problem.
I mean,
what about you?
No, I liked both of them. I think they were both really entertaining. I think they're both going in different directions, which I like the fact that they're both going in kind of different directions.
Because having it back to back, you got to, or why are you gonna watch?
Exactly.
Right. You know,
change that shit up.
As I said, I noticed the camera angles more, and you know, some of them work like when it's a one-on-one match and you're watching like the technical aspect of it. But like when it came to the battle royal, for me, it just made that pace seem really slow in the battle royal for like the longest time, and I don't know if maybe like a hard camera or something on the side would have made that seem a little faster or not.
Battle royals aren't fast anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the action sometimes where people are spilling out left and right, and in the Rumble you get a group of people together. You got all the angles, but like
different.
The moving angle that they were using from like the turnbuckle and around just made it seem almost freeze frame-ish. Because everybody had their opponent in the turnbuckle or on the rope and wasn't really moving, just like holding them over, and it was just like that angle for me. Just
that also happens sometimes, so you can spotlight a group of people in the middle actually wrestling.
Yeah, but so, the two times specifically that they used it, no one's in the center, everyone's on the side, so it was like this isn't working for this. But Ryder's botches were a downside too for me, but.
Wow.
Like, he got so pissed.
Maybe that wasn't a botch though. He flew in the air and he saw the guy on the ground moving, and he goes, "Well, I can't hit this. He might move on me, so I'll land on my feet. Oh, he's not moving. I'll hit him with an elbow." You know,
I don't know.
Who knows? It's called midair adjustment. It's like Michael Jordan originally would go up with his right, but he sees he's getting ready to get packed, so what's he do? He switches to his left and lays it up. It's a mid-air adjustment.
Well,
anyway, I'm not talking anymore about it. This is all I'm getting at.
Okay.
So, do you pick and say which one's better, or do you just go, damn, they both were really good?
It's going to take a minute to pick.
Yeah, like I mean, this is
show's
first.
not enough.
Yeah, this is first effort.
Because
I
this
like
is
that it's
also
different.
comparing. This is also comparing apples to oranges. You got 3 hours. You got a whole different type of roster on Raw than you do on SmackDown, and you have less time to do it in. You know.
There for a minute, I thought they were just going to start giving everybody on SmackDown post-match interviews.
Everybody talking
like they
shit.
did that like 2 times in a
Everybody
row.
talking shit, but Natty and Becky was a good physical wrestling match. There was nothing wrong with that.
No.
It didn't have the flips and everything but people don't know. People don't expect that. You get flips from the girls and stuff, and it's okay. But when you got physical women, it's like, that wasn't a good match.
They've got to do something for a belt for them or something.
That's what I'm waiting to see, because they had that whole promo thing on SmackDown
With all of
showing
them.
every single girl. Boom.
And I don't
then
know,
just goes off.
I don't know why exactly with this one, because like I've liked her character or whatever, but for me specifically, Alexa Bliss on this one, like when she was like the first one out, hers over anyone else's, I was like, she's gonna be the next person here on SmackDown. Like she's gonna be
Marie.
No, I think they're gonna go with Alexa. I think she's gonna be the big deal on SmackDown women's wise.
No, I don't know to really make a call on that. I would hope that it's Becky, because honestly, she's the best.
I bet she is, but
it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
At all. Just as long as people are feuding with Eve the whole time, because she is the best heel.
As I said, I forgot that she got drafted, and I really wish the WWE had forgotten too.
She needed the Ryback, didn't
I would pick her up before I pick up Ryback. Anyway, so Raw, SmackDown, both awesome in my eyes this week. I'm happy to see different stuff going on. It's cool. I'm excited. I feel like there's some pro wrestling going on, and it's changing into pro wrestling. So NXT this week, I was pumped about it. We got to see Blake and Murphy work solo action, because they've officially did the breakup.
Yeah.
Blake, to me, man, cracking me up. First of all, the Road Warrior like type boots, but I don't know what the deal was, but he went against Nakamura.
Yeah.
Nakamura destroyed him.
Of course.
Right after Nakamura's match, Regal comes out, announces Nakamura versus Joe at Brooklyn. Everybody pops.
Oh, yeah.
Real big like. Then we have squash match.
Yeah. With TM61.
Yeah.
I like them as a team.
That's an Australian team, right?
Yeah.
But they went through Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like them as a team, and watching them, I like their tag team moves and stuff they do together.
Hey, tag teams!
Yeah, I know,
They do
right?
tag team moves.
But I don't know. I have that fear in the back of my mind while I'm like watching them. Like, I don't know if these guys are gonna get over. Like,
What? Tag wrestling not get over? It looks so different now because it's fucking actual tag wrestling.
yeah,
So
I
it
know,
makes
but
them stand apart.
I just mean like that match. Yeah, they did their work, they did their moves. It was cool, but I didn't.
What's up with the black guy they put on TV in jeans and pads?
Yeah,
what was that?
His name was Nails. Like.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. It was awesome. If you haven't seen it, you need to check that out.
Well,
So,
I liked it. I don't know. I fear for him, I guess, a little bit.
then we have what was the next match? I
Oh,
forget exactly. Oh, then we had No Way Jose come out.
show a bit of a mean streak.
Show a bit of a he's got some mean in him.
and like his whole
He
promo,
said he told Austin Aries he gonna whoop that ass.
Yeah, he basically said that he was here originally to give a good time to everybody, but Austin Aries ruined that, and so
I'm gonna
now,
whoop that ass.
Yeah, and it was great. It was a great promo from him. Like I wondered if he could actually,
it was
deliver
cool.
on the mic, and he did.
It was entertaining and cool.
I wonder if he actually whooped that ass.
Well, we'll find out. I
hope they never give him any kind of a segment though, where he like has a fruit and is like eating it, because when he is talking, it looks like he could take like a whole orange and just swallow that bitch whole. Like he's got a big mouth. Like
speaking of him, he has been a name that keeps coming up about coming back to SmackDown. Carlito.
Oh, I hope so. They've been needing Carlito for a little bit. I hope he comes back on a night where like Cena wins like the IC title or something. Like if Cena's not going to be in the main event picture, like he wins the IC title and Carlito comes back and just takes it right from him, like he did when he debuted on SmackDown, and then when he got drafted over to Raw, he beat Cena on his first night for a belt. I hope he just does that again.
But you have you had that, and then that went into Murphy against
Kota
Ibushi, which was a good match. I was entertained.
I am not with his damn entrance though. I'm tired of the dubstep in and out camera angle. Like dubstep died like 2 years ago, and I don't even know what that like. His gimmick doesn't match the music either. Like I don't understand. I don't get that at all.
It's nothing really right now. It's just he got beat.
Yeah,
So,
but do something different.
And then you had Joe. Then you had a women's match, which really didn't do anything for me, and I don't even remember. I remember it and everything, but it was just kind of like blah, whatever. And then you had your Joe came out talking madness, just like mad that he got put it against Nakamura at Brooklyn,
saying that he had to do
way more to get a title
earn a shot than what Nakamura's
that's
done.
a good promo. That's a good idea.
And he pretty much, and then Regal came out and told him to shut his mouth. He's going to wrestle who I want, or I'm going to strip you of it, and it'll be Nakamura versus whoever at Brooklyn for the NXT title.
Which
I know. So then you had Joe lose it and go, all right, fine, if that's how we're going to have this relationship, if this is how we're going to work, then that's what I'm going to do, but you're going to be sorry for it. You better hope I don't see Naka before Brooklyn, and boom, Naka's music hits, and Nakamura goes out there. And he kind of does this like laugh and dance thing at the top, and acts like he's holding like a what are those things called?
I don't even know
like
the term.
On what?
Like a
Is it
telescope?
a periscope?
like I don't know.
Periscope's the bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a
Telescope.
yeah, like a pirate type,
A spyglass.
a spyglass kind of thing, and to show that I'm looking right at you, Joe. And then it pretty much Nakamura laughed and walked off. That was the end of NXT. I thought it was a good.
But that's smart. That's good booking.
I'm happy with it. It's wrestling.
Because now you can build up this stuff. You can do backstage jump. You could joke at jumping backstage and shit. And it makes sense. It's a reason he already threatened him. He said, "You better hope I don't see it."
Yeah.
And then he jumps in and then scuffle. That way you get to see a little bit, build some heat for that Brooklyn match.
Yeah.
They also advertised that Hideo is back next week.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm pumped, and I'm making the prediction now. In Japan, Hideo, in Brooklyn, Nakamura takes that title. When they go to Japan, Hideo takes that belt from Nakamura.
You think Hideo's the one to take it from him?
In Japan, yeah.
I could see it.
I mean, come on. You're going to be in Japan.
Yeah.
Nakamura versus Hideo.
Yeah. Also, you got Bobby Roode debuting next week.
Premiering next week, which is going to be.
I think it's weird how they're like talking about him debuting, like they no vignettes, no nothing like that to bring him in. Just another free agent coming to NXT, which that's fine. It can still work. It's been proven that will work too. But I just figured for Bobby Roode, they would have made him a little bit bigger of a deal.
Well, they did.
Well, like Austin Aries, they didn't tell you that, and they had William Regal come, the biggest signee so far, blah blah blah. Austin Aries. They didn't do that with Roode. They just put a picture of him, and it's like next week Bobby Roode, and it's like,
well, it's because you've seen him 3 times already.
Yeah,
you saw him at a takeover. You saw him at you saw him backstage. Come in and talk to Regal.
Yeah, that is true.
So they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So I understand the huge deal about that, which I'm really pumped about. But the little vignette in the middle, it was like a drawing or something. Do you not remember this? It was literally like 15 seconds. If you haven't seen it, go watch it again. It's on NXT. I think it's after the first commercial break, in fact. And there's like this little drawing, and it's somebody like hunched down, and it like zooms in. It's weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is, but so I'm excited to see what that is.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out.
CWC.
Oh, I just see this yet either. Shit. Just ruining everything.
A very. You said this to me, BJ. There's some people that just gotta lose,
right? But God, even going in there when you're paired up and when they're like, hey, you're the guy to take the fall, like you're the one to lose, at least lose gracefully or act like you know what you're doing and even getting your ass whipped because
okay.
Anthony Bennett just
that was horrible.
I've not seen the match. I understand what your complaint is. Your complaint
is he's bad.
He was
the
awful.
guy was bad. And the thing is when you're doing the job for somebody, your goal, whether you're doing the job or you're going over, is to make the other guy look good.
Yeah.
The whole time. That's your job, is to sell for that guy and make him look good.
His job is not be a bad wrestler.
No.
He is.
That's what. Well, I've yet to see it.
Well, for me, I mentioned this before we got here today. As soon as I saw Tony Nese, the background thing that they did on him and him come out, I was like, give him an NXT deal, already, because I know that I already knew that he could work, but it's just just do it. You're already building he's gonna be there. Just let him be there. But this Anthony Bennett, you said, selling for your opponent. I'm not saying that he didn't undersell anything. It's just the way he did it. The guy pretty much stumbled on coming down to his own feet. He
was just sloppy.
Yeah, he was super sloppy. And so while Bennett came off looking strong the entire time, Bennett looked like he was, or not Bennett, but Nese looked like he was in there with an amateur. He looked like it wasn't. He looked like he was having a longer match than what he should against a jobber, rather than it was 2 competitors who were competing to move in a tournament. It could have been a squash match, but they let it go on too long. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Bennett got hurt because they didn't do the whole thing where both of them were standing there and they raised one of their arms at the end. Yeah. They had a doctor check in on Bennett, and that's even before
he dropped Bennett on his damn head. That's why
they had.
She was so bad.
Nese went up to the top to do his finishing splash, and the ref actually held him off for a second to check on the guy, and then let him do the top rope move on him. So it was just it
was literally he dropped him on his head. Nese went to the top to hit the finish, and he stopped him before the finish, and then it was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and hit your finisher."
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't wait to see this match.
It was bad. I felt bad for Tony Nese.
Who was pumped about Kendrick? First of all, they used his old music, and the finish was killer. I'm not going to tell you about the finish.
Don't, please don't.
But he went right into it. It's awesome. He's a heel.
And
at first everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's cool to have Kendrick here," but then it's just I'm a heel.
Yeah. Well, they told him when he came in, like, his whole story is, like, if he doesn't win this might be it. Like, if he's not wrestling, he's just living. Like, that's exactly like what
You've literally gave me this promo before.
Like,
Oh, really?
if I don't have wrestling, I'm nothing.
Yeah, that's what what he's playing.
He tears up, cries.
So he's in survival mode.
Kendrick is cracking me the fuck up because he doesn't in real life give a goddamn because he doesn't care. Like, there's no point. They brought up his training academy 3 or 4 times on the show.
Yep.
Like, he's there to train now, period. And he works with people that work with the WWE, period. Yeah. Is this going to be awesome to have him there? Yeah. Should he be moved to SmackDown afterwards? Of course.
Yes.
Should he have IC titles? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Or put him on Raw and have him go for the cruiserweight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think they should really do with him.
But yeah, like
he could make a cruiserweight important.
Yeah. I like that, and he faces Nice now in the next round. Which
I'm really excited about. There's just flat out next round matches that are just exciting to think about in general because you got Ibushi versus Alexander, you have Nice versus Kendrick. So the stuff's lining up, and then you had Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah,
and
See, that's what I'm excited to see because I love Zack Sabre.
Oh, I mean, technically, it was good. It was good.
He's awesome, man.
I feel like I'm going to have the issue where he's going to be great in the ring, but for some reason I don't connect to him. Like, I've done that with people in the past. I did that when they had Benoit be really over. Like, I couldn't give it.
That was me back in the day too. I didn't like Benoit. I didn't like Benoit until after he died.
Yeah, that's like I appreciated him more then. Like when he was there, the ECW thing, like before all that happened, I was just like I couldn't get behind him.
He was awesome.
No, I liked his moveset. I liked in WCW when him and Booker T had their series of 5. That's when I liked Benoit. But other than like those type of deals, like he was just there.
Benoit just Benoit just never really did anything.
Are you guys the type of guys that hate on Dean Malenko too?
Because no, are you fucking serious?
That's what I'm saying.
My kid's name's Dean.
I know that.
Now,
but see, that's my point. A lot of people don't like Dean, but like Benoit, I personally liked Dean over Benoit.
Yeah.
I always
I
did.
like Malenko over Benoit too. The only difference is Benoit could talk.
I liked Malenko's moves back during the cruiserweight stuff.
I like the fact that Dean didn't talk.
I like that too. His best promo ever is him cracking his knuckles. That's the best fucking promo.
Well, I didn't care much for Dean Malenko. Like, I liked him in the ring, but he was kind of bland to me as he said.
I knew.
But I did like him when he started feuding with like Jericho. And
because of Jericho, greatest of all time.
But he I don't know, he made me want to care about Dean Malenko, and after that I did. Like after that, anytime, even when he was an agent working in the back, and Dean Malenko came out, I was like, hey, it's Dean Malenko. But like before that, no. That's what I'm saying. Like with Benoit, when him and Booker T did their thing, like I cared about Benoit, and then when he went to WWE, I kind of fell off the map for me again. And then he did his world title.
If you don't care about the matches that Ultimo Dragon and Dean Malenko had, then I don't know if you're a wrestling fan. Because that happened before Jericho and Dean.
That's what I said. In the ring, I liked it. Like, I even liked seeing him and Eddie's stuff before he even came over.
I can't say that he didn't come to WWE. I can't say that he didn't come to WWE because he came to SmackDown for 3 weeks. But Ultimo Dragon was probably the best WCW worker to just never do anything else.
Yeah.
Like in America. Yeah. Like he came in for 3 weeks on SmackDown, it felt like. And then he was just gone again.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened.
They made a huge deal about him.
I didn't know what happened.
It'd be hard to name your kid Ultimo Dragon.
Why would you name your kid Ultimo?
You were like, I named my kid Dean. It's like, I know you named your child Dean.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking Dean Malenko, and then I was like, man, Ultimo Dragon, I really like Ultimo Dragon. And this
I mean,
That
if it was
middle
up to
name be
me,
Ultimo.
if it was up to me, I'd give my kid the middle name Dragon. That sounds awesome. like Damian Dragon Cross.
the Dragon, baby.
Yeah, Damian the Dragon. That'd be sick. Oh, because I'm such a Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee mark too. So that's awesome.
Not only that, I mean, that's just being a good parent.
So yeah, the CWCs is still completely and utterly entertaining to me.
They're
having
still
a lot of fun
highlighting
with
that on Raw that the cruiserweights are coming. I still think it's because they're like, we bringing over for this.
Well, no,
I still think they're just in the process of feeling all that out.
Well, also, why the hell are you going to go and throw a bunch of cruiserweights on your show when you don't know who's the winner yet?
Yeah.
You need to make it a huge deal.
Yeah.
Then you present your then you have the finals on Raw.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that too, but I don't know. With them doing this whole thing on the network, I don't know if they'll make the finals be on Raw. I think.
Oh, I do, because it's going to be exclusive to Raw. Why would you not have that match on Raw?
That's your title match right there.
Boom. So, like I said, I like what they're doing with CWC.
Loving it.
Have either of you saw the end of Lucha Underground Season 2 yet?
I saw the first part.
You really don't. You're really not a big fan anymore.
I haven't. Like, I let that slip through my fingers so bad this year.
Oh man, I have watched every episode except for the last 3, which was the Ultimo Lucha, and then I just watched it as a whole. I don't care about any of it except for literally, and Gabe told me to watch it, the last 6 minutes of the whole thing.
Of the whole Ultima Lucha?
Yeah.
Is it all like a prep for season 3?
First of all, Ray versus Ricochet, Prince Puma, awesome. It's not Osprey and Ricochet flip-floppy flop.
Yeah, that's because Ray...
But it's also got Ray goes. It's awesome. I mean, Ricochet does a lot of the work, but obviously.
Yeah.
But the show ends, and then boom. Fucking shit gets crazy. Pentagon Jr. attacks Stryker and Vampiro.
What?
Puts Vampiro in the ring and pretty much says, you were my master, you are now my master no more. I am my own master. I am Pentagon Dark. And it's just an all black hood, a leather shirt, and leather pants. And he literally old school as fuck. And when you do this, it's more over for me than anything else. All he kept doing was busting Vampiro open and drinking his blood.
Sweet.
He was wiping his face and licking it. It's weird. It's gross to some, but that to me is the most heel shit you could possibly do.
It's like
to literally let somebody know,
like
I hate the living fucking shit out of you, kind of thing.
It's like when,
not
and
that's what gets me pumped about it.
I've seen that kind of stuff in death matches and stuff like that, where they're writing on themselves and the other person.
Yeah, I was gonna say like when Lesnar used to take it and wipe it on his chest, or when Joe had that towel when he first debuted in like TNA, where he was going with Styles and Daniels, where he'd just bust them open and rub that towel over it, and then just keep wearing the blood-soaked towel every time he came in.
That was awesome. But it ends like that, and then boom, it goes into the main guy. I forget his name. What's the main? It's his temple.
Don Queza?
Yeah. He is arrested and put in the back of a car and driven off. And at the end, he puts his face up and gives a smirk, and it goes off. Lucha Underground has already put out that on September 7th, it's going to be season 3.
Which that's crazy that it's just 2 months and we're right back into it. Like,
oh, it's been taped for a while already.
I know,
because I already know who their champion is at the end of this season.
I don't know who the champion is at the end of 3, but
I do.
I know
it's
that,
weird.
I know that some people are leaving. I knew that
Prince is done. Ray's done.
Yeah, and then Sexy Star. I know the news about her, and so like.
Let's just say that the news with Sexy Star is really weird with the way that they have season 3 end.
Okay. Well, see, I know something regarding that, and then I knew her personal news as well. So
yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens.
I definitely
on,
gotta take this time to catch it.
Catch up those 3 episodes because it's pretty sweet. But the new season's September 7th, and I'm pretty pumped for it. So a company that a lot of people still haven't really grabbed onto yet. I'm going to put over for a second WCPW, What Culture Pro Wrestling. If you watch any of that What Culture stuff in general on YouTube, it's pretty much those guys running a wrestling company. And there's people that watch WWE and see what they're doing now and complain because, these guys aren't believable, these guys are small, these guys... Well... If you really want to see the big guys go at it, and you want to see good wrestling, shut up and go watch WCPW. Because I just watched Big Damo and Rampage beat the living shit out of each other for the WCPW title. And it's a UK company, so their belts, and you will agree, are just naturally smaller. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They just have smaller belts. Well... But they have 2 huge guys in the main picture, and they actually work. Like, it's not, here's Big Show versus Mark Henry for the world title, which back a couple years ago when they had that feud, I actually liked that feud, and I thought the matches were actually really good. But these 2 guys are huge, and it's actually a wrestling match. There's holds, it's technical, there's just good wrestling in it, and it was for their belt. And the storyline that they have behind it is awesome. WCPW is doing some really, really intelligent things, wrestling-wise. They got a good show like NXT. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah. Because on the same show, they had the El Ligro that we've talked about.
He's good.
And he's good. They had Jay Lethal. This week, they had Jay Lethal versus Dar, which is in the CWC tournament. That match was incredible. There wasn't really even a bad match on the card. And they also have Joe Henry.
Oh, Joe Henry, local hero.
The local hero, and they're working something with him, and it's really entertaining and fun.
I haven't even actually saw this guy's match yet, but I just keep seeing those videos of all his different entrance stuff.
Oh, dude, they're hilarious. He did another one for this tag team match. Oh my god, it's awesome! It's awesome.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
But yeah, if you like to see the big guys, then definitely check out What Culture Pro Wrestling, WCPW. It's every Monday at 6 o'clock on YouTube. And then literally, what's cool about it is they put it in segments. Boom, 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 boom. On YouTube after the show plays live. And it's like just that match. Boom, boom, boom. And you can just watch it like that. And it plays consecutively anyway, even though it's chopped up. So it's really not that bad. So, like I said, if you want some good wrestling and with bigger guys, go check it out. I saw today, so I think it's announced today, that ROH, Death Before Honor, it's literally the IWGP champion, the Rainmaker, versus Dalton Castle.
What?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yes.
That's a weird setup, but I like it.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like pretty pumped for it. I'm pretty excited to see what happens, because it's going to be a good match. I feel like we all kind of know who's going to win, but I feel like it's going to be a really good match.
Yeah.
More
exposure, the better.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited for what ROH is doing. Turns out another cool thing happened is I originally, me and another guy got tickets for Final Battle this year, and we ended up getting second row. Well, I guess some new tickets became available, and he refunded the tickets that we had and reapplied for some tickets, and now we are going to be front row for Final Battle this year.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to see some of those bigger Japan guys come in, that you usually don't get to see.
Yeah, that's what.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Talking about other shows I'm going to, end of August, the 28th, they announced it's Cody Rhodes versus Sami Callihan, which was Solomon Crow in NXT for a while, for anybody that just watches that kind of situation. So that's going to be really, really cool. Liger's also on that show, and JT Dunn is also on that show, so I'm really excited about that. Moving on, Flair in his podcast today said that Finn could never... He wanted Roman to win because Finn could never main event a WrestleMania.
Just hearing that just made me think, did he even watch Finn on NXT? Because
no, probably
because
not.
even in the current flow of things, this Finn could do it. But once you finally unleash the demon Finn,
how much more he could do?
Yeah, exactly. We don't know if Taker is going to be around, and we don't have that ominous dark because Kane, you can't really take him in the same vein anymore.
Yeah,
because he doesn't allow himself to be. Bray, you've kind of got that. You had it,
but he's
closer.
on SmackDown.
Yeah,
so.
But you had it closer than he ever could have when he was feuding with Taker, and they didn't make the right call there, in my opinion. You could have had Bray be a little bit more ominous and have powers. But Finn...
But he does have powers over Xavier for a quick minute.
Finn could bring that element into the demon character, too. You've got tons that you can do with that. So... I think Flair just hasn't paid much attention.
Well, I don't even think Flair's thinking because, first of all, let's look at Shawn Michaels. He's main evented, some WrestleManias in his day.
He's Mr. WrestleMania. He's the showstopper.
He's where he actually is, that Triple H said, size-wise, he actually is. Finn's 5 pounds heavier than he is. Same height.
Yeah.
What is Flair talking about? Flair's not a big guy.
He was.
But never when he held a title.
Yeah.
You might not know this, but I've seen the pictures. You remember how Flair was thick as hell?
Yeah.
Guess who else was thick as hell, and it didn't serve any purpose, so they slimmed down? The Young Bucks. They used to be huge. But what's the point? You don't have to be.
Yeah.
They
even had the story
from
a while back where Punk did that when he came over too.
Punk got, huge.
He got chunky for OVW.
So it's the whole size thing coming from Flair's mouth is just dumb.
Yeah.
If it's coming from Vader's, I still wouldn't agree with it, but I would understand it.
Yeah, well,
if it came from a Kevin Nash, I would understand it. But coming from Flair, shut up.
Well, how does he think that he could never headline a WrestleMania? I'm not tooting this horn because I have my positives and negatives about him, but Daniel Bryan did it.
Yeah.
And so how can Finn Balor not do it?
And he beat Evolution. He beat Evolution in one night.
Yeah.
Which people bitch about, but I just don't.
The way that story was set up, it had to be
awesome.
done. It wasn't about them being Evolution. It was them being three separate
entities,
bigger names. Yeah.
Because they were. Because during the match, the two of them got mad at each other.
Yeah, the people that are oh yeah, they beat Evolution in one night. No, they beat these three people. They weren't in that role. When the Shield clean sweep Evolution,
yeah,
that was Evolution. I don't know.
I just think, and I literally said it a couple of times today. But in other news, Ric Flair's a dumb drunk.
Yeah,
so
it's a stupid fucking comment to make. It really is.
And plus, that's Tripp's boy.
Yeah.
And the only reason why anyone gives a shit about you anymore, Flair, in a WWE capacity type situation, is because of Tripp.
Yep.
Everybody else is sick of your crap, and they don't want you around, and they sure as hell don't want you to talk anymore, because what the hell do you even talk about?
What do you have left to say?
Yeah, exactly. He was doing a speech for Sting, and he was telling road stories of horsemen.
I know. I hated that so much. Because just me being a big Sting fan,
he literally took the shine off of Sting.
Yep, that's what.
It got to the point he was like, okay, here's Sting. Because he was so flustered, he's a goof anymore. So he said that. I just think he needs to stop and not talk about it, because he doesn't. The more it's talked about, the more it is going to be weird. Just let it happen. Yeah. So what? So what? It's a business that you need to strive, whether you are a part of it or not.
Yep.
Because if it's striving indie-wise, you could still make indie money.
Yep.
And you could make damn good indie money because you're Ric Flair.
Yep.
And that's what is bigger in the indies right now, is the guys that can actually work and wrestle. Not because of their size, but because they can actually work. So he needs to embrace it and move it and let people know, hey, let's get this working. You know what I mean? Rhino shows up out of nowhere, and Shelton Benjamin gets a vignette on SmackDown. How do we feel about both of their returns?
Rhino, we've seen him in NXT, so for me, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you're here now. Yeah, they might make you a bigger deal than what they did on NXT, but I think in the end, what his purpose is, or was for NXT, will kind of hold true for SmackDown. But Shelton Benjamin, I think there's all the room in the world there. I think
there is no reason why he should not be in a world title picture.
Yeah.
As soon as possible.
I saw. I think you shared it. The whole, now that Shelton's coming, make this happen. And it's him and AJ. Yes.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yes, please. I want to see.
And I'm sure that will happen.
And let him. This is me personally. Let him be the Kurt Angle to the world's greatest tag team, as Sheldon could be to Alpha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads to, you can turn them heel, because they're a group. You could do many things with them, which I think would be killer. Now, I don't know why, but there's a bunch of other names out there. I mean, I understand that, but I don't know why the two that's the biggest and keep coming back is Melina and Jinder Mahal.
What is the point of Jinder?
I don't get it.
Is he gonna come and help out Heath? Who does he have a reason to be back for, and who is going to care?
Exactly. Who's going to care about Jinder Mahal?
I read MVP too.
No. There's a whole list. There's MVP. There's Carlito. There's a whole list. But these are the two that's getting brought up that could be possibly soon. They're the ones that have been brought up, like Sheldon and Rhino were brought up, and then boom, they're on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I feel like these two could be the next two to show up, and I just have no care.
Shit about Melina.
I have. Yeah, everybody gives Sin Cara and Kalisto shit about botches, but she messed up that split to get into the ring. I don't know how many times. So who cares? It's just
John Morrison's career too.
Yeah, honestly,
she did.
We need to understand that just because they're coming back doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Yeah, like it is for Shelton and Rhino. He can still work, and he was making people look good in NXT. He could do the same thing SmackDown. But, I don't understand Melina's purpose. I don't know where she's going. But like, if she goes to SmackDown, what's the purpose? Because obviously that
it'll be SmackDown.
That promo and everything that was given there, like that was to boost the women. And if you think Melina can come in and help boost the young girls over, they beat Melina. That's not an accomplishment to beat Melina. Like, yeah, she's held the women's titles.
Diva. No. Diva.
What
title.
was it? Was it Divas then?
Yes.
Okay, I thought she held the women's too at one point.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, anyways, like, oh yeah, you beaten like this champion, but that's like,
bring back Michelle McCool.
I doubt she's ever coming back.
She has no reason to, but she was the last women's wrestler.
Don't bring back anybody. Who gives a shit? Build new stars.
Yeah, but that builds the new stars.
I mean, I get that it does, but they're beating nobody. So who gives a fuck? Just give them anybody.
If there was anybody,
but at the same time, what the hell are they fighting for?
If there was anybody,
what are the women fighting for on SmackDown?
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
So we got to get that taken care of in the tags.
If there was anyone that was coming back, like that, even though they were only there a little bit of time, bring in Karma. Bring in Awesome Kong.
No, she's not anymore.
Huh?
She's not that anymore.
What?
She's like Misdemeanor Elliott. She lost a bunch of weight. She doesn't look like that
Killed
anymore.
her gimmick.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
You bring in Havoc. Sami Callihan's girlfriend.
Yeah, but
she's gargantuan and looks like fucking female version of Bane.
Didn't they release her due to wasn't she gonna have a deal and then they released her because she had like racist remarks, like pro Nazi shit, like
yeah.
Like she was even like dropping the N-word through like tweets and stuff like that, like.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand,
stupid people.
but like,
I love stupid people. I've got the world. Now I'm gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly it was before she had the deal.
Yeah, it was like 2 years prior, but she never got rid of it, and people were like, "Wow, you're signing a racist like to your roster." Like another. And
I also think that's why it didn't help Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
Because they were both there at the same time.
Another person they could have brought back, like, to give something a little bit more of a fight feel, but will never be seen or heard of again, especially because her name is on that list of people trying to sue for the concussion stuff, is Jazz. When she would hold people up and, make them tap out in that submission, just pure straight, like...
Double chicken leg.
Yeah. Like, I liked her for that. Like, I wasn't a fan of hers, but I undeniably was like, well, damn, like when she wrestled. So if anybody, I would have thought maybe her too, but you'll never see or hear her again after that name got dropped.
Good, because I hate her. So there's the list of all the guys that they can think about coming back.
Oh, Kurt Angle. That's been
Angle just
mentioned a bunch.
Yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Hardy too.
Yeah.
And they saying the only thing that might stop that from happening is because he will be as how old he is, and they want him full time. First of all, why do you want him full time?
No.
Make him an attraction.
Yeah.
He is. He is literally. In a way, Finn before Finn was Finn, because of the way he painted himself and presented himself. He was a demon creature in his own, like the creatures kind of thing. So he doesn't need to be there all the time.
Just thinking,
they need to bring back RVD too.
Do you think
for 90 days?
Yeah,
I think that's what they need to do with Jeff too.
Do you think that the reason that they want Jeff on full instead of part is because, with our new information that they don't have to hold part-timers to the same drug testing as they do full-timers?
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about the whole drugging thing in Brock Lesnar and whatever.
I'm not making a big deal about it other than that. Like,
all I'm saying is that's why RVD, every single time he's came in recently, he's only been there for 90 days. I don't care. I think they need to do it more often. They only need to come in for 90 days.
Yeah, no, I'm like
because
that
it's that much bigger of a deal. But I want to get to the last part before we go on to our big breaking news for this show. ZZ got released
finally.
Who the fuck didn't see that coming? That guy's terrible.
Oh man, they They had that
dude.
He had an alligator on his fucking head on TV. I saw it. It's the dumbest ass shit, and he wanted to do it. That was his fucking idea.
They had him.
That's what a wrestler
ground.
looks like to him in his brain.
Like,
fuck that guy. He's an idiot.
I really liked the series Breaking Ground, but when he got on there and like they were going through his story, I was just like, can we not have him on there? Like, who gives a shit? And all his story was about, oh, well, I need to break, so I'm going to go and do this alligator thing, and then when I come back, I'm going to have William Regal yell at me because I'm not fucking doing what he's asking me to do, because obviously I don't give a shit enough.
Yeah,
like,
I watched that series, and I agree, that's exactly
like,
what
don't get me wrong. Some of the shit that they are doing, yeah, I can't fucking do that right now. But if I had William Regal yelling at me, telling me to give him more, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. It might hurt me. I might actually get injured, but I'm going to get injured because I listened to William Regal. Like,
well, he's probably gonna end up on TNA.
William Regal,
I
would you
could see
jump off
that.
a bridge, would you?
Yeah,
probably.
It's William Regal.
It's William Regal.
But yeah, so he was released. So we'll probably see him holding the TNA World Title very soon.
I hope they rename him as like Gigi or something like that.
Swamp.
So yeah. So breaking news. I have kind of found out by a very reliable source the inside of the Jeff Hardy freakout at Gathering of the Juggalos. Did you hear about this, TJ?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you heard about it? Oh. Did you see the videos?
Yeah, actually.
What about you, BJ? Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Clip.
So
taking a bump through the ladder twice.
And he a bump through the ladder, and he super kicked a piece of not super kicked, but like running drop kick, some table, but pretty much the words that were explained to me was he was blitzed out of his mind. So that is probably no shock to a lot of people, but also probably needs to be understood when it comes to, you know, the rumors of WWE wanting to bring him back, that they're probably not that
90-day stretches.
Yes. Going to do 90-day stretches with him because that's what they need to do.
Bring him Rumble, have it end at Mania.
Yeah. Yeah.
See you next year, Jeff.
See you next year, guys. So I figured, you know, obviously we don't know exactly what he was on, but I'm sure that, you know, there was a nose drip involved and probably some smoking.
I just want to point out, he was at the fucking gathering
of the Juggalos. Yeah, who would have thought some crazy ass drugs would be going around at the gathering of the Juggalos?
I mean, even when they were first announcing, like, the Bloody Mania, was it 10 this year or something?
Yeah.
They were like, and Jeff Hardy returns. I'm like, well, why? Like, this, you know, you have a, as any form of an addict knows, you know, like, yeah, you have to cope with it, like, every day, but you don't put yourself in situations where you have to walk into that all around you, and I feel like him being
but that's the business in general for the most part.
Yeah, but I just mean,
and he's still in it, so what are we supposed to do?
Well, I mean, that especially was just like, he's going to be at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Hey, they didn't make him smoke them drugs.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm saying on his end for accountability, not anybody else's. I'm not saying anything against anybody that offered him anything that he may have done, anyone that's worked with him. I'm just saying, like, accountability on yourself. Like, if you have a drinking problem,
I don't.
Yeah, I know, but like, if you did and you overcome drinking,
no, even if I did, I wouldn't tell anybody. I just keep drinking.
But I mean, like, you're not gonna go out here. I mean, you know, you've done music and stuff. If you're playing in a bar, that's one thing. But you're not just gonna willingly be like, yeah, I'm going to the bar tonight. Like,
yeah.
You're setting yourself up for failure there.
He did, but you know, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. We're laughing about it, talking about it now. So I guess That's pretty
It's
sweet.
it's not been his best work, coming out of a tree a few weeks prior might have been.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
fucked he had to be to do that.
Oh.
Not that.
Think about how fucked he was when he was chasing a drone on a motorcycle.
Yeah, right?
Probably
a dirt
thought it was
bike.
there.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, give me the drugs."
I see
That
that shit.
dude was so messed up. He walked in the water as Jeff Hardy came out as fucking Willow.
Willow, yeah.
When I saw that, it blew my fucking mind. you were there, and you were watching my face when I saw that.
Oh, that part was hilarious.
Yeah.
The look on his face when he saw him go in as Jeff Hardy and come out as Willow. Oh, I about peed my pants. That was entertaining, to say the least.
Oh, that dilapidated boat.
Oh, dude. And, dude, they're making so many funny shirts off of that situation.
I know, they're raking in money.
Yeah.
Like, that segment alone might have, saved Impact for, another year.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Pop's making a big deal about them moving to Thursdays. So,
do that shit, once a year.
Yeah.
And just keep it going.
Yeah, give me some bad acting at least once a year and we'll be good.
Think of 4 fucking segments.
But it's just one show out of the year.
I don't give a shit. If I wanted to watch bullshit, I'd watch bullshit.
And that was bullshit.
If I want to watch wrestling, I want to watch fucking wrestling.
So, but yeah, that was pretty entertaining to me. Coming up this weekend, the big matchup of the weekend. I feel, since there's really nothing else, in the major, companies that's really going on. It's Death by Elbow versus the Young Bucks for PWG.
Oh, yeah.
So
That'll be good.
that's gonna be pretty exciting, and then an awesome show at Beyond Wrestling on the 31st, which is going to be enjoyable with Hero and JT Dunn and Gargano and all them. So it's coming up on his last indie shows too. So
Yeah.
if you definitely have an opportunity to go see Gargano, you better go do it now. That's pretty much the week in wrestling for the most part. So usually towards the end of the show, that's when we turn into Wrestler of the Week and Match of the Week. Do you have those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked 2 because I have a feeling you've already said.
Yeah, I stooged it off.
You stooged it off way time ago. So go ahead.
I'm gonna take
Okay.
Go ahead.
route.
My match of the week is Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Which is a big deal because you don't usually do that.
No, I don't. But I really super enjoyed the match. I thought it was really good. I hate Charlotte, and fucking she even impressed me. Moonsault to the floor, like you said. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And my wrestler of the week is Charlotte.
That over for you this week,
Yes. Yes, literally. She busted her fucking ass in that match. She did. I've watched her work 100 times before that, and she always seemed kind of fucking lazy. But in this match, she busted her fucking ass. She knew she was putting the girl over, and she busted her ass and hustled to make sure it was a good match for her. And that's fucking over with me. So that's why she gets fucking Wrestler of the Week.
So boom, Wrestler of the Week and Match of the Week done here. Give me your Match of the Week.
I'm going to take a Gabe route where he always goes back in time a little bit.
So in 1992,
No, I'm not going that far.
Raw 170, bruh.
I'm going back to
I love you, Gabe. I miss
2002
you.
to Raw 477 and 478. That's where I've been kind of at right now. That's when Eric Bischoff gets introduced
I'm back.
to Raw and is working for WWE for the first time. And 478 is where he has full control over the show for the first time.
Is that where he handed over the fucking belt?
No, he just
that's
brought
some horse shit.
in this
Donkey balls
in
horse
this
shit.
episode is when he first got Triple H to come over. The last week he was wanting to sign him and was watching the DVDs and everything. He gets him to come over with Shawn Michaels. They're going to reunite DX, and that's when Triple H did the turn on Shawn Michaels and walked out. That's that episode. So,
mind you, that's one of Triple H's reigns. A fucking title was handed to him.
I'm glad
Remember
they didn't do
that.
that with Raw this year.
Remember that.
Or with the brand split. But
The Universal title.
yeah, at least somebody's like wrestling for it though. Instead of
Yeah.
here it is handed to you.
You got
But so my match though is from 478. Eric Bischoff makes the announcement that he is unifying the European and Intercontinental titles.
Shenanigans.
And he's making Jeff Hardy, who's the current European champion, face RVD in a ladder match. And while, of course, it's on Monday Night Raw and it's one of like the first things that you see, it's not a crazy long match or anything. But the spots in it, for it being a quick little ladder match, was pretty cool. There's a spot where both of them are on top of a ladder, and RVD just straight kicks that like the shit that Jeff's standing on backwards and makes him front flip fall off of the ladder, almost landing on the end of the ladder as he's coming down. Like,
God, they did some dumb stuff.
It wasn't bad. This is coming right off a few weeks after Jeff Hardy fought Taker and almost won the WWE title. So that's my match of the week and wrestler of the week.
Wait, you don't have to give it yet.
Oh, okay.
He just jumped the gun.
Oh, okay.
I'm fucking
He's jumping.
hot shot.
He's my ace in the hole, man. He's Charlie. He's my wild card.
I do what I want.
All right. Then go ahead.
He's
Go
always
ahead.
my wild card. I don't know what I'm going to have to do at the end of the night. My match of the week, I couldn't decide, but since he went ahead and grabbed Charlotte and Sasha,
Fucking awesome.
I'm gonna go with Lethal versus Dara, which is in the CWC.
Oh, no, Dar.
Yeah, Noam Dar. Lethal versus Noam Dar for the ROH World Heavyweight title on WCPW Built to Destroy that they had this week. They had Kirby versus El Largo, which was awesome.
Yeah, that guy's good.
But this match was just awesome. Like, it was killer. How much we put over the Lethal versus El Largo, this one's above and beyond better. So, again, the year of the era of Lethal is awesome right now, and if you're not watching Jay Lethal's work, you need to be. So that's my match of the week. Wrestler of the week, you can go ahead and pick who.
I'm purely doing this just off of like seeing the work that they had to deal with, and it's gonna be for me. It's gonna be Tony Nese, because the guy was able to put on a great match. He didn't have an opponent who was letting him do that, and just I've seen some of his stuff before, but I don't know, I guess just sitting there and really focusing on him as a person in the CWC, like, I already want him signed, I already want him in. I thought he did great, so yeah, especially for having to deal with what he did, and even his finish being held off by a referee, it just made that match drop.
But to me, honestly, it's one of those situations where that wasn't needed. He dropped him on his head.
Yeah.
It was a running power slam.
Oh, like I was almost dropped on my head.
Yeah, except for the fact that when he brought him down, he was cradling his neck, but he was bringing him up too much, so his neck jolted.
Oh,
because his thigh hit him on the way down.
Okay.
He should have just pinned him, and
let it be, and let
that's
the
your
next move be
finish.
a surprise. Yeah,
Like,
if you clearly fuck somebody up for the marks, in my opinion, if I drop somebody on their fucking head and the marks go, oh shit, he dropped him on his fucking head, why not hit him? Nobody's gonna question it.
Yeah.
It was like, that guy should have kicked out. That wasn't his finish. Who gives a fuck? He just got dropped on his head.
Exactly. Like, and that's the whole concept. Like, his finish wasn't needed. He was done.
Yeah.
So
could even save the finish for a spot between him and Kendrick the next time that they fight.
Exactly. My wrestler of the week is Pentagon Jr. With what he did there at the end, makes me pumped to see how they're gonna start and what they're gonna do with season 3. Because the way Lucha Underground works is it's seasons.
Yeah.
It's not a WWE. We're going year round all the time. This is our thing. This is here's episodes of wrestling. and we're gonna and here's the season finale, and it's like some people don't like that. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
It's wrestling.
yeah.
I don't really. It doesn't
In
bother
my
me.
opinion, honestly, they're doing what the WWE's doing. They're just not doing it year round. They're building up to that one big show, that season finale. Everything they're doing throughout the season's building toward that one show. So I mean, and
But
then
there
they're just
is no
taking
time off.
and then they're taking time off between. Is all they're doing.
Yeah.
I know, but what I'm saying is there's no time off for WWE.
Well, no, there's not. There
And-
shouldn't
and
be
that's
time
where-
off for wrestling, in my opinion.
There what?
There shouldn't be time off for wrestling.
I know exactly.
Every day's a good day for wrestling.
Every day is a good day for wrestling. So with that being said, go out, watch some wrestling, watch some of the matches we just talked about. Hopefully we'll be back next week with Gabe. I miss him because me being in the lead here, trying to keep the conversation under wraps is just, yeah, I can tell it's a hard thing.
Yeah.
And I give it to you, Gabe, and I miss you. So let's get you back here next week. Anybody have anything else to say?
Yeah, just a quick little thing. I mean, obviously, if you're already listening to us and you've made it 18 episodes in, like, kudos. Like, I've enjoyed when I've not been here as well as I have when I have been. But sometimes you find us through Twitter, through Facebook, through YouTube even. So for those especially on YouTube, make sure that you follow our Twitter at RSW Podcast. We've started, getting Stark Dust, and I even did my first live tweet session through them.
Yeah, we're always live tweeting, so make sure you check us out on RSW Podcast. Make sure you check us out on Instagram on RSW Podcast, because with the shows that I'm getting ready to start going to, there's going to be a whole lot more pictures, and I usually make my way somehow into the back, so there will be some behind-the-scenes stuff. So make sure you check that out. And go to our Facebook page, Real Shoot Wrestling, and join the page. Hang out, talk in the conversations, say your piece. But don't be a goof. Don't be a troll, because I hate you.
Yeah, and we do we do more on that page than what you think. Like it just being like a podcast. Yeah, of course we're posting memes and sharing pictures and stuff. But like we've started doing a few little tournaments of wrestling knowledge. We've got some projects in the works here.
A fantasy draft of sorts coming up. We have another quiz up that's probably going to happen towards the fall. There's also going to be some other big stuff that really can't be. I'd rather make sure that it's going to happen before I say anything, kind of thing. So, but
Facebook's the place for that. Like even more so than the Twitter and everything. Like we built ourselves a little community and are trying to get that expanded even more so. And
so definitely be a part of something now that could really blow up, and you could say that you were a part of before it was cool. So, that being said, we're going to get out of here. For my fucking wild card, TJ Phillips, and for the Page GM, BJ, I'm Tim Heel, and we are out. Have a good night. Go watch some wrestling.